Hello everyone. I decided to use the TALIS data in order to investigate the effect of new teacher induction programs on teacher job satisfaction. So put quite simply, teacher attrition is a problem. 3 out of 10 teachers move to a different school or leave teaching entirely during the first year. Easing that transition into teaching through the use of new teacher induction programs has become a very common way for districts to deal with this teacher attrition problem. And it makes economic sense for districts to do this to keep their teachers as long as possible. The research question that this analysis focuses on is, what is the relationship between new teacher participation in an induction program and teacher job satisfaction? Recent studies provide support for the claim that teacher induction has a positive impact on teacher commitment and retention. It has also been found that there's a direct association between early career supports like teacher induction with job satisfaction in early career. This research is attempting to inform the field in the relationship between teacher induction programs and teacher job satisfaction during early career. So the highlights of some of the more recent research include the findings that teachers who experience satisfaction at their school or satisfaction with the profession of teaching in general were more likely to remain teachers. So in other words, teachers that were happy tended to stay teachers. Also, the finding that providing a mentor in the same subject area, which is a common practice in most school districts, as well as an inclusion group of teachers that are in the same subject areas in order to plan with, that helps to support new teachers. Along those same lines, matching teachers with mentors that are in the same subject area seems to provide new teachers with more support than matching them with teachers who are not in the same subject area or not having a mentor at all. Also, teachers who rated their induction experience very highly were more likely to be those that formed relationships with their colleagues, and they also reported valuing those relationships very highly. This investigation used the data from the 2013 TALIS survey. For the purposes of this investigation, I only used a subset of the data that was 2,299 teachers that were identified as having 5 years or less teaching experience. And of those 2,299 teachers with 5 years or less, 804 of them participated in a new teacher induction program, and 1,495 said they did not. Data was collected using teacher responses from 2 of the questions from the TALIS dataset. The first question asked teachers to score their agreement with the statement, "All in all, I am satisfied with my job." The other question asked teachers to score their agreement with the statement, "I regret that I decided to become a teacher." Both questions seem to indicate the respondent's satisfaction with their teaching position and with teaching in general. Both questions used Likert type scoring from 1 to 4, with 1 meaning the respondent strongly agrees to the statement and 4 meaning they strongly disagree. Since this type of data is ordinal, it was determined that a t-test wouldn't be appropriate, And so it was decided that non-parametric methods would be used. It was a Mann-Whitney test that was used to compare the means and determine if a statistically significant difference existed between the groups. In the case of this question, the Mann-Whitney test indicated that teacher-reported job satisfaction was greater in teachers who participated in new teacher induction programs than for those who did not. This indicates that there is a statistically significant difference in the means for teachers who took part in induction and those who did not. In the case of this question, the Mann-Whitney test indicated that teachers who reported wishing they had not become teachers were more likely to have not participated in a teacher induction program than those who did participate in a teacher induction program. These results also indicate a statistically significant difference in the mean. The findings from the 2 TALIS questions analyzed for this research clearly indicate a positive relationship between participation in job induction programs and teacher job satisfaction. The data from both of the questions from the TALIS answer the research question and provide support for the idea that teachers with less than 5 years experience who participate in teacher induction programs at the beginning of their careers are more satisfied with teaching than those who did not. This research is largely in agreement with the current body of research on the subject, and it justifies the time and expense spent by school districts to implement new teacher induction programs. This research has a couple of limitations. First of all, that although the research indicates that there's a positive relationship between new teacher induction programs and teacher job satisfaction in early career, it does not indicate causation necessarily. Also, it's beyond the scope of this analysis, but more research is certainly needed into the effectiveness of various components of teacher induction programs. Some components are clearly a larger part of teacher retention than other parts, and we need to investigate this to help school districts implement new teacher induction programs in the most cost-effective way possible.